If Freedom Failed. We'd like to take you on a visit to a town that doesn't exist. We'd like to show you how things would be in Hollywood, USA, if communism took over. This is the story of what would happen to the motion picture industry and some of its leading figures under a communist regime. Hans Conried plays the role of Alex Lloyd in The Man Who Died Twice.
You didn't think I'd find you, did you?
Tom, please.
Please what?
Let go of my arm. You're hurting me.
What do you know about real pain? The real kind of pain. This is only momentary. This you'll forget.
Oh!
This won't burn holes in your insides like you did to me.
Let's try it again.
Hold everything, boys. We're going for another take.
Dick, I'm not slapping. Let's get to it right after Kay says you're hurting me. It gives a swifter move. And you, honey, you take your fall on the second slap, huh?
All right, Alex.
But it won't give me time for the rest of my lines.
Oh, let's cut them then. The scene needs visual pace. Tells a better story that way.
Okay.
Okay, then let's try it again, huh? We ready, Bob?
Reloading the camera, sir. Did you know it's 12:30?
Okay, break for lunch. We'll pick it up in the same setup right after. Okay, kids, lunch.
Hello, Alex. Got a story?
Oh, hi, Mark. Who let you in?
Front office. They obviously don't know I'm a friend of yours.
Have you had lunch?
Nope.
Let's go.
Provided you let me pick up the tab.
What'll it cost me?
A comment for my paper.
For you, yes. For your paper, no.
Pays my
You
rent.
tell them to go to Blazes.
Get me another job.
Since when's the public interested in what I say?
Since the switch in government and general policy.
That's no concern of mine. I make pictures.
Oh, let's face it, Alex. You can't stay cooped up on an island in a changing world.
Who says I can't? Mark, you know me well enough to know that I don't care what color flag the studio's flying. Yesterday was red, white, and blue. Today it's plain red. Tomorrow it may be yellow for all I care.
Well, you can't ignore the party line.
My line is entertainment. It's weathered greater storms than this. Ever since creation, man has sought escape from daily toil. Dynasties have come and gone. Empires have risen and crumbled. But, well, if you'll pardon the cliche, through it all, the show has always managed to go on.
May I quote you?
If you like, yes.
I wouldn't, for your sake. Oh, you can't direct pictures in Siberia.
You're wrong, my friend. I can direct pictures anywhere.
You're incorrigible.
Well, I should hope so. But if it's dirt you want, here comes your man right now. Hey, Leon, you got a minute?
For you, Alex, anytime.
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Mark Selden of the Evening Herald.
Pleasure.
Mark, this is Leon Forbes, my producer and nemesis.
I do. I've always wanted to meet the man who could keep Alex in check.
Would you care to see my ulcers?
All Mark wants from you is a statement on the studio's change of policy, if there is any.
Well, you can tell him yourself after the meeting tomorrow night.
What meeting?
Haven't you been notified?
Maybe my wastebasket has. That's where all general notifications go.
Oh, but this concerns every one of us. There will be a special address by a representative from the Public Information Bureau. Flew in from the East especially to brief us on the new policies of the entertainment industry. You simply must attend.
Oh, I'm sorry, no can do. I'll be screening the first rough cut of Killer's Toy tomorrow night.
Oh, it'll have to wait.
Are you telling me as my producer, or are you merely repeating what you've been told?
I'm repeating.
Oh, fine, fine. Then I'm sure you won't mind repeating to me what was said at the meeting after you've attended. Look, Leon, policies or no policies, we've got a picture to get out. There's a deadline for Academy Award contenders.
And therefore, gentlemen, never lose sight of the fact that your brainchild will become adult, conscious of its purpose as a citizen of the Soviet States of America, and must be ready to reap the harvest in the field of entertainment. I thank you. Oh, Mr. Forbes.
Yes?
May I see you for a minute?
Oh, certainly, Mr. Dixon. I enjoyed your talk. Most informative.
Thank you. It was a pleasure addressing such a distinguished group. However, I must confess I felt a bit cheated when I noticed one of your most prominent members absent.
You mean Alex Lloyd?
Yes. After coming all the way from the East, I certainly would have enjoyed meeting Mr. Lloyd.
Well, we're rushing out a picture, and he simply had to work tonight.
Well, my plane leaves at 1:30 this morning, but while I'm still on the lot, couldn't we pay him a visit right now?
But watching him pick apart each reel with the cutter might prove rather dull for you.
Oh, on the contrary, I'd be fascinated to watch him add that inimitable Lloyd touch.
Good evening, George.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Forbes.
This is Mr. Dixon of the Public Information Bureau.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
The pleasure's all mine.
Alex still in the projection room?
No, we ran only a couple of reels, got through about an hour ago.
Oh, well, I guess he's gone to the music department.
I doubt it. Said he was going to drive down to the beach for some fresh air.
Wasn't he feeling well?
Oh, fit as a fiddle. Just needed a change.
Oh.
Yeah, you know how it is with these temperamental artists.
No, I don't.
Well, George, while we're here, you might as well haul the film to a projection room so that Mr. Dixon can see the picture.
No, thanks. I've seen enough for one night.
Hiya, Nancy, honey. You busy?
Not too.
Got your pencil sharpened?
Sharp as your wits.
Then make like a columnist secretary. On your mark, get set, go. All of Hollywood once again feels that tingling sensation run up and down its celluloid spine, dash. The annual Academy jitters, period. Far be it from me not to join my fellow columnists' usual cry of predictions. I dare say that in view of Alex Lloyd's masterpiece, Killer's Toy, this year's presentations may be strongly reminiscent of the good old days when Gone with the Wind grabbed all the honors.
No good old days, remember?
All right. Let's rephrase it. I dare say that almost everyone connected with Alex Lloyd's Killer's Toy, naturally including the master himself, will clasp a little golden statue before that memorable evening will be over. And I
Good evening. The United States Soviet Broadcasting System is proud to present the award presentation by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The presentation of minor awards has already been in progress for some time, and as the main event of this evening is about to begin, we switch you to the stage of the Shrine Auditorium and tonight's MC, Mr. Fred Astaire.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason for my being here. It was quite a while ago when I first got out here. I guess the Academy Board thought that was as good a reason as any to choose an MC. Anyway, I am most grateful for the honor, and I'll try my best. During the year, newspapers carried stories on a number of weird and outlandish happenings inspired by the making of motion pictures. For instance, in January, a woman near Lakeland, Florida, told her husband she was going to the movies. She came out of the show, beat up a cop, and shot a drugstore clerk. In jail, she explained the whole incident by saying, "I always get a big kick out of Walter Pigeon." Enough of looking backward. Tonight is Oscar night. The prizes are being given for most distinguished film achievements. The prize itself is a 10-inch statue worth $41. But it is fought for, prayed for, wept over. Believe me, Caesar's legions did not fight harder for the jewel of Gaul. These awards are arrived at by a carefully guarded system of balloting. 12,000 people took part in the voting this year. The nominations were made by the members of the Academy branches assisted by the Hollywood guilds. The final selections were voted by the nearly 2,000 members of the Academy. All ballots were mailed to the accounting firm of Price Waterhouse, where they've been properly accounted.
Oh, Alex. Alex, I admire your control. I'm all on edge.
Well, nothing to get excited about. Either I get it or I don't.
But what if you don't?
It'll save me the thank you speech.
Mr. Astaire. Now for the Director's Award. Miss Fay Mallon will make the presentation. Miss Mallon.
No such luck. Everyone I've talked to said they voted for you.
Oh, that's too bad.
And with our Fay doing the honors.
Thank you. Thank you. Those nominated for the Best Directorial Achievements: Bert Carlson for Red Soil, Arthur Riley for The Walls of Hell, and Alex Lloyd for Killer's Toy. And now for the award. Mr. Astaire, the envelope, please. And it's Bert Carlson for Red Soil.
Bert Carlson. What could have happened?
Bert's a good boy.
I don't get it. Your picture copped the award in every other department.
Maybe I don't live right. Well, it's been a full evening. And as all such evenings deserve a toast, I'd like to propose one.
Not much to celebrate, is there?
Oh, come now, Mark. This is not my funeral.
I could have died when I opened that envelope.
All right, then. Here's to Faye's great performance.
I still don't get it. To top it all, Leon walked away with a special Moscow Cinema Arts Award as the most outstanding producer of the year.
Well, men like Leon are born to wear laurels. I, for one, look ridiculous with them.
Oh, but Leon is just...
Here he comes. Who's that man with him?
No idea.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Well, as a celebrity, you can afford to be.
Producer's only a bundle of nerves, never a celebrity.
Yeah, but you are tonight.
Well, now, we all know where the credit lies.
Your modesty is nauseating, Leon. Pull up a chair and sit down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All this excitement, I didn't even introduce Mr. Dixon. You haven't met anybody yet, have you?
No, I haven't had the pleasure.
Well, this is Mr. Dixon of the Public Information Bureau, and from left to right, Miss Fay Mallon, Dick Stanton, Mark Selden, and, of course, our one and only Alex Lloyd.
How do you do? My, I haven't shaken this many hands since Stalin paid us a visit.
If you gentlemen will excuse us, Fay and I will join the sardines on the dance floor.
Well, my excuse isn't quite that feeble. I've got a phone call to make.
You newspaper men never stop working, do you?
Not if we can help it. Pardon me?
Well. This is indeed a long-awaited opportunity. Mr. Forbes must have told you how long I look forward to this, shall we say, little tete-a-tete.
Well, I can't imagine why. You must have been warned that I'm not a particularly polite conversationalist.
But that's your charm, Mr. Lloyd, a down-to-earth quality so prevalent in all your work. Oh, incidentally, my heartfelt regrets about the Academy not bestowing you with the honor you so well deserve.
You can't be a winner every time.
But you should be. And a talent like yours should give you even greater satisfaction than the mere winning of a golden statue. It should benefit those who wish to follow in your footsteps. And there's no greater satisfaction than to have others seek you as their guide.
Are you suggesting that I teach?
And why not?
God forbid.
Few men have been honored by the Moscow Art Institute with a request for their services.
Have I?
That is precisely the good news I'm here to bear. I was confident it would offset tonight's disappointment.
It's most considerate of you, but I'm afraid it doesn't. You see, despite all its superficial shenanigans, I love this town. I have no intentions of swapping it for Moscow.
Oh, that is a shame. The government had so hoped you'd accept the honor and act as somewhat of an ambassador of goodwill.
When it comes to spreading joy, I can do a better job with a camera.
Don't be too sure. Now, if you're adverse to leaving this town, why don't you at least give the local movie industry a shot in the arm? Teach right here, in the environment you love.
But I won't have time. Ask Leon. He's got a heavy schedule lined up for me.
Have you really?
Well, there's the picture we're shooting right now. And then I've got another one on the agenda directly after that.
Oh, yeah, thicker than water. Well, I'm crazy about the script. Nothing could tear me away from that one.
As you wish, Mr. Lloyd. Can't say I didn't try.
No, you certainly can.
Pardon me, Mr. Lloyd. There's a call for you.
Oh, where, please?
In the cloakroom, sir.
Oh, excuse me, everybody. Probably some more condolences. You had a call for Lloyd here.
Sure have.
What are you doing here?
Sorry to use such a trite device to get you away from the table.
Why? What's the matter?
I've been doing some checking. I have an inside track on Price Waterhouse.
Well, they've been counting ballots for the Academy for years. What's the matter? Don't you trust them anymore?
Well, that's just it. I do. They turned in an honest count, all right, but someone pulled a switcheroo on them after they delivered the results.
A wishful thinking.
For crying out loud, do you think I'd be sticking my neck out with an explosive setup like this without some proof?
Well, whatever it is, you better keep it to yourself.
I intend to. I just thought I'd better let you know where you stand.
Was my name the only switch?
Yeah. You had the Oscar in the bag.
Well, all I can say is somebody wasted a lot of good energy rigging up this thing. Because if I had gotten that gold-plated, shrunken Apollo, I probably wouldn't have even used it for a doorstop.
You are listening to The Man Who Died Twice, starring Hans Conried. A story of the way things could be if communism took over. A picture of what would happen to Hollywood, USA under a communist regime.
Nothing's ever too late for me. If the clock won't wait, I stop it. And baby, you know what happens when I stop something.
This time you won't. You hear the clock? It's midnight, Chuck. a new day without you.
Well, what do you think?
Well, there's a couple of rough spots, nothing some minor retakes can't fix.
Oh, I think it's great just the way it is.
Well, what's the rush? An extra polish never hurt any picture.
They won't show at the box office. Besides, it's high time for your vacation.
Vacation.
Well, now you know you need a rest. You can't keep driving yourself like this much longer.
Well, work never hurt me. You know I can't wait to tackle thicker than water.
I meant to tell you. It's been shelved.
Shelved? Why?
Well, the front office felt it to be too grim a subject matter at this time.
What better time is there than now, with all this gibberish about communistic ideology still flying thick and fast? Why, this story does a greater selling job than any flag-waving brass band. What is timelier than the story of a capitalistic father and a communistic son? The clash within the same flesh and blood.
I know it, but it's just one of those things. Come in.
Mr. Lloyd?
Yeah?
Telegram, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. What timing. You have anything to do with this?
With what?
Take a look.
Why, it's from Dixon. It gives me great pleasure to inform you that you have been granted a professorship of cinematography and will begin to lecture at the Southern California University in Los Angeles on the 1st of next month. Respectfully yours, J.P. Dixon.
Quite a coincidence, don't you think?
Oh, jumping Jupiter as I live and breathe. Old celluloid brain himself. Where the heck have you been keeping yourself?
What's the matter? Don't you read your own stuff anymore? You were the guy who blabbered about my being a loss to the movies and a gain to the university.
Well, I had no choice.
Who has?
Anyway, that's no reason for you to go into hiding.
A man who has fallen into a manhole is not necessarily hiding.
Oh, it couldn't be as gruesome as all that. I hear rumors that you may make another picture.
Well, I may be permitted to, is more precise.
To rope down that manhole. Grab it, Alex.
So what do you think I've been doing? When it comes to craving a camera, my pride takes a back seat. It took some finagling, though.
Yeah?
I'm not much a man for pleading, but I finally gave Dixon a heavy dose of it, claiming that I couldn't keep on teaching without some practical experience keeping me agile.
What's it gonna be?
Thicker than water.
Your pet project. Some Christmas gift, huh?
The return of what's been taken from you is hardly a gift.
Think they'll put a ball and chain on it?
Maybe. Maybe, but I'll be carrying a file.
Honey, the air's foul in here. Please open that window and let some spring inside, huh?
Sure thing.
Thanks, honey. Well, that smells good.
Does spring make you think of anything special?
Yeah. Yeah, honey, it sure does. We better get this write-up out before summer comes.
You stinker.
When will you run out of names?
When you marry me.
I'll buy you a dictionary. In the meantime, make 2 carbons of this. And get it on the boss's desk as soon as possible. I want to make the evening edition.
But Alex Lloyd's picture won't be released for at least another month.
I don't care. Got to start reminding this town early. No one forgets its absentees as fast as Hollywood.
Oh, want me to take it?
No, you better get that out, honey. Hello, Sheldon speaking.
Listen, Egghead, I want you to get your carcass down here at the studio as soon as possible.
What's up?
I'm going to show you something that should stimulate your corny repertoire of adjectives.
Alex, you're not going to run thicker than water.
What else?
It'll be running projection room 6. It's just over here.
Tell me, Alex, just between you and me, how'd you feel about it?
Like old times. Oh, here we are. Oh, where the heck is the projectionist? Hello, anybody here?
No, Alex, he's gone home.
Home?
Yes, I told him to.
Well, you're crazy. We got a running all set for 2:30.
Oh, there won't be any.
Is this some kind of a gag?
Well, I wish it were. You see, they came by to confiscate all prints, including the negative, just a little while ago.
They? Who's they?
couple of men from Dixon's local office.
But they can't do that.
I'm afraid they can.
You mean to tell me you just stood by and did nothing while they carted it away?
Well, what could I do? They had a warrant and certified instructions by Dixon.
Now, who does that man think he is?
But, Alex, I had to do it. They could have shut down the studio. You know how...
Oh, you didn't have to give him the negative. To make some sacrificial offering, why didn't you give him some of this trash? The lizard man, a love for breakfast.
Please,
the
Alex,
jockey
Bill,
blues.
you're smashing the
They could have donated these to Stalin as your cultural contribution to communism. You always liked medals. Come on, Mark. Let's get out of here.
Hello.
Hi, you son of a printing press. What you doing?
Sleeping. What else would I be doing at 3 in the morning?
Sleeping the nocturnal waste of mankind, sleeping away the hours of darkness while life's mysteries step out of the shadows.
What? What the devil are you talking about?
You put on your clothes and come on over. The time has come to talk.
Okay. Okay, I'll be over.
How's about one for you?
No, thanks. Too early in the morning. I thought you never touched the stuff. Since when the change?
Since I haven't been feeling good.
Well, that makes sense. You think a steady diet of booze will do the trick?
It may. Doctor can't help me.
Doctor? You mean you've been seeing one?
Yeah. Can't find anything wrong organically.
Mm-hmm. I could have told you that. Look, all you need is some rest.
Rest? Rest? That's all I've been getting. Ever since Mr. Dixon decided that thicker than water was unfit for public consumption.
Well, you should take some time off anyway. You know, from lecturing at the university again.
Lecturing. Rattling off some imbecilic theses about the technique of directing, textbook monotony without a soul, a class full of eyes peering at you, searching my face for something that isn't there.
It'll be all right, Alex. You'll feel better about it tomorrow.
Oh, you think I'm drunk, don't you? Well, my tongue may not be glib, but my head's as clear as a lens. They may have tried to shroud the naked eye with complex deception, but I can still think with my eye. I can see all the beauty of life that has been and could be, how the two-legged creature called man has yet not completed its process of evolution. Oh, how a camera could record this struggle for our daily bread, and how the parasites make of this struggle a vicious device for their own personal gain. All right. Now you know my sickness. It's too much thinking.
You're not alone. We still have one last weapon. Truth.
No, truth. Look how that failed in Thicker Than Water. I was objective. I showed both sides of a story. Both had their faults, the capitalist as well as the communist. Oh, but no. No communist is ever bad. You hear that? No communist is ever bad. That's a good one, huh? It's a good one.
Hey. Take it easy. You're going to have an accident and choke to death.
No death is accidental. No one dies if he still has something important to accomplish in his life. Physical death comes to an artist only when his spiritual life, his creative power, has run out.
Some more coffee?
No, thanks.
Mark, don't you think you'd better quit it? It's 3 in the morning.
I'm sorry, honey. You can go. I'll try to finish this by myself.
I didn't mean it that way. It's just not fair of them to give you this assignment. Any obituary is bad enough, but...
But Alex's obituary. Yeah. Well, it's more than I bargained for.
Well, you must stop brooding. Make it brief. That's the way he would have liked it.
It's not the length, honey. It's the punch. The punch his entire being had. The punch that's suddenly gone, leaving a vast emptiness. Yeah. Something that only his own words could describe. Yeah, that's it. That's it, his own words. Let's try it. You ready?
Ready.
Did Alex Lloyd foresee his own death a month ago when he told me that physical death comes to an artist when his spiritual life, his creative power has run out? They said his heart was made of celluloid. But even unbeknownst to him, he was a romantic. And foremost, he was an artist, and as such, he paid a supreme price for his failings. He died twice.
You think it'll get in print?
In this red sheet? Not a chance. Tear it up.
You have just heard what would happen to the motion picture industry under a communist regime. You have just heard how one of its creative members would perish under its yoke. You think this could not happen? It did happen in the communist-dominated country of Russia. It did happen to Sergei Eisenstein, Russia's renowned motion picture director, who was the first exponent of drama through photography. Eisenstein made a picture called Béchamp Luc, which Stalin himself suppressed. His Ivan the Terrible was banned as decadent and bourgeois. It was Eisenstein who said that no one dies if he still has something to accomplish. Physical death comes to an artist when his spiritual life, his creative power has run out. He died soon after. You've been listening to If Freedom Failed, starring Hans Conried as Alex Lloyd in The Man Who Died Twice. Sidney Miller was Mark, Bill Bissell was Leon, and Don Randolph was Dixon. Others in the cast were Janet Logan, Marjorie Hochel, Ken Allen, Lamont Johnson, Floyd Howard, Joe Cranston, and Leroy Leonard. Music was composed by John Hicks, with musical direction by Michel Perrier. The Man Who Died Twice was written for If Freedom Failed by Peter Brook, produced and directed by Robert M. Young. Sergeant Lloyd Eyre speaking. This program has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.